Going through the exercise of negative cues is such an important exercise because what it forces us to do as business owners, as business leaders, is to take a look at our business from our customer's lens, not from our typical leader lens, because it's a different lens. Typically leaders, owners, et cetera, aren't necessarily going through the business. Even if they are consumers of the product, they're still not going through the same way as a typical customer would. The thing about negative cues is they are everywhere. If you're looking for them, they're easy to find. If you're not looking for them, they're easy to miss.
Welcome to the Fitness CEO Podcast, a show dedicated to helping fitness entrepreneurs launch and grow successful gyms. Here's your host, Bryce Henson.
Next one, which is a great teaching topic, was negative cues. So if you could just really give a very brief high-level overview of what a negative cue is and maybe a couple examples.
So negative cues exist everywhere. They are unintentional. And what I mean by that is we don't put negative cues up whether we're taping a sign to the wall or speaking in some terminology that is a little more negative focused. We don't do it as team members on purpose. It comes from a good place, but it's not customer centric and it comes across as negative. So sometimes it's as simple as the words that we choose when we're having a conversation. So I'll give you an example, something that many of us hear if you call your insurance company or call somewhere where you have to make a payment, they may say we have to verify your information. Mm-hmm. You have to verify your information, right? Mm-hmm. If I change verify to confirm, that changes it a little bit.
It does.
If I change you need to confirm to we just need to confirm your information, I've taken a statement that was a little accusatory at first. Now I'm more advocating for you. We just got to do this, and then we can continue along and get your solution, get your question answer, whatever that is. So sometimes it's as simple as the words that we use. Now, we don't advocate scripting, right? We don't want to create a script for your team members that they have to follow and become robotic, but we do want to build awareness, right? We want to create some best practices of using words like confirm instead of verify. And some words might be very specific to different industries, but identifying those words that have more of a negative connotation and giving our team members replacements to use instead.
Especially when it comes to like guidelines, not policies,
right.
But when you say you, it kind of insinuates that we're on different sides of the fence here. But when you say we or us, as you just articulated, right. It's kind of like we're on the same team attacking, the same goal. Mm-hmm. So, incredible takeaway.
The other thing about negative cues, especially for organizations like yours that have retail locations where people are coming into our business, a lot of times things appear on the walls, like we might write out a sign and tape it up on the wall, or someone may put up a sign that they're trying to remind people of, and maybe it's not written as well as it could from a customer-centric standpoint. So going through the exercise of negative cues is such an important exercise because what it forces us to do as business owners, as business leaders, is to take a look at our business from our customer's lens, not from our typical leader lens, because it's a different lens. Mm-hmm. It's a much different lens, especially if we're not customers of our business, right? Because typically leaders, owners, et cetera, aren't necessarily going through the business. Even if they are consumers of the product, they're still not going through the same way as a typical customer would, right? So it really forces you to look at that customer experience through that customer's lens. The thing about negative cues is they are everywhere. If you're looking for them, they're easy to find. If you're not looking for them, they're easy to miss. Right? Because they kind of become like artwork on the wall. They just kind of blend in to the environment. So our team members just see it every day and they kind of forget about it. Meanwhile, a first-time customer might walk in and say, what's up with this place? Yeah. Right? So it's a really important exercise to go through. Sometimes it could be as simple as sitting at a table and getting your team together and just talking through it. Sometimes it might take more of an experiential tour where maybe you get a little group together and you just walk through some locations and say, remember, we're looking at this through the customer's lens. Pretend you're a first-time customer walking in for your first workout. What would you think? What would you see? What does this look like? And going through some locations and just checking that out. So it's such a great exercise. We recommend to our clients that they do it on a regular basis. It's one of those things where it's not one and done, right? Because the first time you'll do it, you'll find some negative cues and you'll make some corrections, you'll make some improvements. You go through that process again, a quarter later, 6 months later, you'll find some different ones. It's just you get better at it, and you'll look at the business a little differently. And some of them might be a little more complex, but you'll find them. They're out there.